Good morning students, welcome to our class. In the previous video we have completed the unit 4 reading A. Now we are going to start the reading B, the earthen goblet. So here is a poem. This poem was written by Harindranath Chattopadhyaya. Actually, what do you mean by goblet? It is a drinking glass with a foot and a stem. So we call it as a goblet. So who prepares the goblet? The potter is going to prepare this earthen goblets because it is made with earth, means the sand. Let's go into the poem, we will understand. O silent goblet, red from head to heel, how did you feel when you were being twirled upon the potter's wheel before the potter gave you to the world? Now here, the poet is asking the earthen goblet. Means it is an imagination. Directly the goblet is not going to answer. So the poet is imagining how the goblet going to feel. So, O silent goblet, red from head to heel. The color of the mud is red in color, and when it is prepared even it has the same color from head to heel part. What is called head to heel? Top to toe, which is top to bottom. How did you feel when you were being twirled? See, turning something round and round is called as twirl. In the picture, you have observed. See the potter, how he is making a pot. So, when you are being twirled, what is your feeling? Upon the potter's wheel, before the potter gave you to the world. Now, he had prepared a wonderful item. Means you are coming to the world. But before that, how is your feeling on the wheel of the potter? Now, the goblet is trying to answer. I felt a conscious impulse in my clay to break away from the great potter's hand that burned so warm. I felt a vast feeling of sorrow to be cast into my present form. Now the feelings. A conscious impulse in my clay means noticing something, consciously noticing a sudden strong wish to do something without stopping the impulse. The clay, sticky earth that becomes hard when it is burnt or baked. In this manner, to break away is a phrasal verb, escaping from somebody who is holding you in prison. So, the mud is feeling that she want to escape from the potter. That is the idea. From the great potter's hand that burns so warm. So I am feeling very warm in the hands of the potter when he was preparing. I felt a vast feeling of sorrow to be cast. Means a large amount of sorrowfulness to be giving shape. Cast meaning is giving shape into my present form. So I dislike that form, shape. I want my present form. I don't like this form. Before that fatal hour, that saw me captive on the potter's wheel and cast into his crimson goblet sleep, I used to feel the fragrant friendship of a little flower whose root was in my bosom buried deep. Before the fatal hour means ending in death. When the potter given a shape, it feels that it is its fatal hour, means causing disaster or ending in death. The timing that saw me captive. kept as a prison, unable to escape. Where? On the potter's wheel. A cast. Already we have discussed the sheep into his crimson goblet sleep. Crimson is an adjective saying dark red in color where fragrant have a pleasant smell. So crimson goblet sleep, I used to feel. I dislike this. What it like? I used to feel the fragrant friendship of a little flower. So I love that very much. A pleasant smell of the flower whose root was in my. So the roots of the plant was in my bosom. It feels it is a chest buried deep, covered with soil deeply. So this is the feeling of the mud. The potter has run out the living breath of me. So the potter has drawn out, he had taken away the life of me and given me a form which is the death of me. Now I am not feeling happy. When the potter given me the shape, I feel it is the death. Previously, when I was in a original form, it is the life. Now I say it is the death. My past unshapely natural state was best. I like that very best. Which form? Unshapely means which is the natural state. Shapeless without having a shape, the natural mud state. With just one flower flaming through my breast. So shining brightly in dark red color, one shape. That means if I give just one flower, I feel so happy that it has given such a wonderful life to the flower. Or through my breast. Through my breast means through my chest. A flower has come up. So this is what I feel. Now I say I dislike this form. Which form? Goblet form. What is the form it likes very much? The natural state. Why does it like the natural state? Because the fragrant friendship of a little flower whose root was in my bosom buried deep. So it likes that form very much. So this is our poem which was written by Harindranath Chattopadhyaya. He was a famous Indian poet. Now next going with the glossary meanings here. So go through this glossary. We have only 3 and additional we can write. Followed with the question and answers in the material. You will observe these question and answers. Next down literary devices. Means the devices which can be used to recognize or identify the literary text are called literary devices. Literary devices are useful to interpret or analyze the literary text. Means, so in the poem you will get some questions. What is the theme of the poem? What is the tone of the poem? This come under identify the simile or a metaphor. So these are all coming under literary devices. Now how do we identify the tone? The first one. Look here. The implied attitude towards the subject of the poem means what kind of poem it is. Is it hopeful, pessimistic, dreary, worried? All these are the words which we generally use to write the tone of the poem. A poet conveys tone by combining all the elements listed above to create a precise impression on the reader. So, whenever they ask the tone, what do we understand? Combining all the elements listed. So either it might be a hopeful poem or pessimistic or dreary or worried, sometimes satirical. There will be many forms. Next, genre. A category used to classify literary works usually by form, technique or content. Example, is it a prose or a poetry? Satire. A literary tone used to ridicule or make fun of human vice or weakness. Point of view pertains to who tells the story and how it is told. The point of view of a story can sometimes indirectly establish the author's intentions. Metaphor by simile. You know, it is a figurative speech. How do we identify a simile and metaphor? We already studied. A metaphor is direct relationship where one thing is another. Juliet is the sun. A simile, on the other hand, is indirectly and usually only likened to be similar to something else. Similes usually use like or as, means as like as you will be using. Your eyes are like the ocean. Okay, this is about our poem. In the next class, we will be continuing with the reading C, Maestro with a Mission. Thank you. Have a nice day.